Alrighty, guys. Good afternoon. Welcome. We have Stock Talk. For those who know me, I know I've been gone for 3 days. I've been trying to recuperate, guys. Finally, I feel better, much better, way better than last week. I was up and down. Feeling woozy. Feeling a lot of you know, heart palpitations. I was feeling sick, coughs. I had heartburns. I mean, what can I, what else can I tell you guys? I mean, I've been through a little bit more than much last week, but I wasn't able to be on the weekend, guys, with you guys playing games. I was pretty much in bed. Now, this week, I mean, we got a pretty short week because remember we have Monday. Monday was a holiday, so Tuesday started. We only got like 4 days only to check stocks. Remember, there's people hungry in the stock market, and so we might see some pretty interesting moves. However, as well, we have also some events that happened this week. I'm not gonna mention what happened, but you guys should know that there were some files released uh very recently. Not gonna mention who, but you guys already supposed to know. There's a lot of world changes happening eventually, and we're gonna see some reaction from the stock market or and from Bitcoin as well eventually. So pay attention of those things. If you're new, guys, and you're watching this for the first time, guys, we here we talk about stocks and crypto, and we specialize on low price stocks and crypto as well. Okay, very low price. Their company value is very low. We focus on micro caps. Just in case if you guys wanted to know. Um, I'm gonna explain a little bit later what market caps mean. I have a criteria as well that I'm gonna go through and teach you guys a little bit of tips on how to look at the markets starting off. And so if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask any questions on the chat or ask on the hit the comments or anything like that. Votrix, Wepa, gracias por venir, gracias por apoyar acá. So Voltrix, I'm not sure if I already follow you. Let me go ahead and check really quick so I can show support. Let me see. I haven't followed you. I'm gonna follow you, and so I'm already following you. So guys, whoever's watching this, guys, go ahead, show some love to Voltrix. He have 38 followers, so let's help him get to that 100, guys. Hit the follow and show support to Voltrix, guys. Okay, he got a lot of good content here. And so, yeah, Rumble is a amazing platform. So anybody on YouTube or any other platforms out there, go ahead, show support, hit that follow. Rumblebot says, thanks for the follow, Anonymous Gaming 69. Appreciate it for the follow. Thank you very much. And so yeah, guys, we anyone new here, Voltrix say I have to support all the Boricuas in here. Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Oh wow. My my wife bought some. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, but my wife bought some chains for the baby. I'm expecting a baby pretty soon in May. So yeah, it's very cute. Thank you, baby. And so yeah, thank you for the support, Voltrix. Cuando tú quieras, estás aquí a la orden. And so yeah, guys, we over here in this channel we speak Spanish, English. So Voltrix say congrats, appreciate it, thank you very much. And so yeah, guys, we speak both languages here. So anybody who's scared to speak out, and don't know English, no worries. Just speak in Spanish. If you don't have another language, we'll do. Hey, we got technology, okay? We'll use what do you call that? Google Translate if you know another language. But yeah, feel free to show support here. Hit the like, guys. We only ask for like 2 likes. If you guys can hit the likes, that would be awesome. And so we also had 161 followers, guys. We're almost about to hit that 200 pretty soon. So yeah, let's go ahead and start off. So let's go ahead and put you to the third channel here. And everything is working. Hopefully all the audio is working properly and everything. And yes, you guys can see the left the website, and now all you guys got to see is the document. Okay, good, perfect. And so yes, guys, so what you see on the left side, guys, I have 3 tabs open, right? And these 3 tabs right here, you have the screeners, the stock screeners. You have the trading view platform as well. This is for to see the candlesticks, the charting. If you're doing very short term stocks, guys, this is what you want to focus on learning. You want to learn candlesticks. You want to learn the different indicators that you have to that if you're personally attached to any of the indicators that help you indicate where the demand is and where the support is and everything like that. And feel free to learn indicators, guys. You got to learn also time frame, different type of time frames. You got 1 minute time frames, you got seconds time frames, you got 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour. I mean, there's all different types of time frames. At the end of the day, you have to do your due diligence to do your research on what works for you in terms of time frames, guys. Okay. Me, I focus on 5 minute, and I only look at the daily when I'm doing my watch list. Okay, to verify whether there's this stock has had history of running, and so that gives me a little bit of confidence to keep on looking at this stock. Because if I only see all red only when either even if it's going down, or if I see all red and I don't see no greens, guys, that's bad news. Okay, that's really bad news. So I want to see some green. I want to see some that stock that had ran before. You see, this thing had some history, and so history in the market, when you're looking for things that have already happened, in the stock market, we see a lot of stocks that do something in the past that again in the future is bound to happen again. Okay, so things repeat. You have patterns that you could pick up. There's patterns that you could recognize and you could capitalize. And so on the short term, guys, this is the kind of things we want to check. Now, as a day trader, guys, you don't want to focus on how healthy the trend. If the trend is healthy, which means the trend is only looking upwards, then that's pretty good. That's awesome. Fine, cool with me. All I wanna, even if the stock overall trend is down, it doesn't matter as long as it has history of running. As long as it has these short-term moves. you know I don't want to see only a downtrending stock that it's only looking down and never look back up. It never try to show life. Those are the kind of stocks that I just stay away. Or any stock that's just horizontal completely. It's just horizontal. Just don't do it. Doesn't go up, doesn't go down. It's just sideways for many years, sideways for many days, for many weeks. I don't want to see stocks like that. I want to see stocks that are going up and down, and that had history of running like this. That had run for 1 or 2 days, 3 days, or even if it had one day only. At least if it had a spike like this or something, that would be enough for me to count it as a part of the history of running. You know. So these are the things you have to learn. When you're looking at charts. Remember, candlesticks. These are Japanese candlesticks, just in case if some of you guys don't know. These are Japanese candlesticks, right? You got different kinds of candlesticks. You got line bars, you got these type of bars right here. You see, these are bars right here. You got line charts. Look, you know, there's different types that you could use. Now, the most commonly used, guys, is the candlesticks, the Japanese candlesticks. Some people use Haikanachi, Haikanachi. There's different strategies and everything like that. Me, I keep it very simple. Candlesticks work for me. It's always been working. I have been doing this for over 10 years, 10 plus years. I'm not gonna hype on how much I made, how much I use, how much I lose. I mean, that's irrelevant. The most important thing, guys, is that you guys will make the same mistake I made of getting a bunch of subscriptions, guys, spending years looking at charts, different type of charts, reading a bunch of books. Some of them didn't make no sense. um you know Looking at different, like, a bunch of hours of, not only candlesticks, level 2, people talking about different terms of stocks, fundamental analysis, technical analysis. I mean, all this information, it is good to learn, but too much information, it's not only overwhelming, guys, but it's also it takes time away from the most important thing, which is, if you're doing day trading, guys, remember, we spend day trading is only 1 day, guys, and sometimes we do swing trading, which is more than 2 days of monitoring stocks. But the type of stocks that we're focusing on, guys, they run very fast, guys. It takes 15 minutes to make a move. Sometimes it takes 30 minutes or even an hour. Or sometimes, if you're looking for a different pattern, a specific pattern that is kind of shaping up, it might take 1 or 2 hours, but most of the time it's going to take you like 10 to 15 minutes to make a trade, guys. And so that's why these things move, and you don't want to spend an hour doing all this analysis, guys, and then you end up missing your opportunity. Okay, that's why you have to be meticulous, and you have to be, you have to pick someone that that's either doing it right, and they're teaching you only basic fundamental stuff to get you started. And eventually, guys, eventually you could build your own criteria, your own strategy, and you can have your own set of rules. And that, little by little, is going to get you to the point where you don't know, you no longer need me, or you no longer need other traders. Everything is totally based on you. Like me, for an example, I've been doing this for over 10 years, and it's already automatic. Like, I don't even have to see my criteria. I already look at the screener when I'm scanning for stocks, and I already, based on what they are showing me, on my whatever that my criteria is, whatever I see already, just by looking at it, I already know what works and what doesn't work. And I set my plan, on writing. I make my watch list, which I'm gonna show in a couple more minutes. And it doesn't take me it only takes me like 10 minutes to make a trade. Okay, and to formulate a plan, it only takes me like 3 minutes, guys. Remember, since these are very short term, guys, you only want to focus on 1 or 2 stocks. You don't want to focus on 15, 20 stocks, guys. So you want to be focused on 1 or 2 stocks, and that should be good for the day. And you're supposed to know your numbers. What I mean by that, guys, you want to know how much you want to make by the end of the week. Not only by the end of the week, you want to know what you want to make daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. You want to know these numbers. If you don't know these numbers, I mean, you just I don't know what you're doing, really. It's like going to the casino. Might as well go to the casino and just put in $20 on the red or something, because it's not gonna work for you here, in the stock market. And you have to be very smart. You have to strategize what you want to do. And a lot of people, like a great majority, that day trade, guys, they lose. And they lose because they don't have preparation. They don't have preparation. They come into the market trying to win big, and they put in everything, and they end up losing because they don't have no structure. There's no plan, no strategy. They don't know how much they want to win. They don't know how much they want to lose, you know. And so they get up caught, in the wrong things, at the end of the day. But I am glad that you guys are here watching and you guys are enjoying the stream. Feel free to share, feel free to follow. Guys, I'm gonna make it very, very organized training here. I mean, it shouldn't take you no longer than, I mean, I could say a max a month or less than that to understand what I'm explaining. Remember, all my streams are the same. All my streams. You can look at all my streams. I say the same, almost the same exact thing, guys. Yes, here and there, I reveal some tips and tricks here and there, but basically everything that I have structured, that I have taught on the streams, everything is the same. Everything is the same. Nothing changes, and I do it on purpose because this is the only way you could drill everything in your head, and you could get it. You'll be self-sufficient. You no longer would need me. Red Sixer fan, AI music with the raid. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you very much for the raid, Red Sixer fan. So anybody who doesn't know Red Sixer fan, guys, go ahead, show support over there. He does the music that you guys heard at the beginning, before at the intro. That's all his music. So you can see on my description, guys, below, you're gonna see all the information, all his information there. Okay, so go ahead, show support. Thank you, Red Sister fan, for the W and for the raid. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. Hopefully you guys can see the stream clear. Um, everything is working, the audio is working, everything. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. So, I know I'm preaching right now, but it's for your own good because I don't want you guys to fall in the same traffic. Yep, give you a tip. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for the tip. You get a raid notification before the raid gets here. Okay, cool, cool. Thank you. Oh, also, uh, I don't know if he's here, but El Wolf PR also gave me a raid. I think it was like a $3 donation. Thank you very much. I think that was on Friday, somewhere on Friday or Thursday or something like that. Appreciate it very much. Thank you, Wolf. I noticed it when I checked my notification. I was like, wait a minute, somebody gave me a tip. I'm like, okay. So I appreciate it very much. Rest is fans say so. Wait a minute before giving a shout out. There's a short delay. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Retro Hawk Gaming, appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Thank you for coming over here and showing support. Yo, Patty. Thank you, appreciate it. Always say we got a raid coming in. I always say we got a raid coming in. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Uh, Rest Sister fans say then wait a minute, then thank them, and oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. Appreciate it. And so yeah, guys. It says thank you for showing support. Don't forget to join. Yes. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. We have 7 viewers. Thank you guys for being here, showing support. Let's go ahead and continue, guys. And with the thumbs up by Red Sister fan. Thank you, thank you. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. Hopefully you guys can see clearly what I'm seeing. Let me see. Okay, there we go. And so, guys, just like I said, this is the charting platform that I use, right? This other tab, guys, is gonna be for screening the crypto, which we're gonna do very easily shortly. And the Finviz is gonna be for stocks, guys. This is the web that I mean, if you're if it's something that fits you, you could be using. This is free, guys. Now, the only downside about these two, the trading platform and Finviz, both of them are delayed. Okay, you're, I mean, I would suggest that you guys get real time for charting and for scanning stocks. Okay, because if you're trading real time, then these are the two things that you really need. Me, I do Webull. I get both of them free. Okay, I get the charting, real time charting free, and I get the scanning of the stocks free as well. Okay, so you guys could do that. Now you guys gotta go ahead and sign up, and make your account. I mean, when you're doing an account with a broker, guys, there's two different types of accounts you could open up. Well, you could open up different types of account, but for trading, guys, there's two main ones. You got the margin account, right? You could use margin for leverage, right? And usually if you're using margin, then you might get several times the amount of money that you need to trade a specific stock that you want to trade. However, I mean, that's like that's like getting money from your credit card, right? It's not your money, it's the bank's money, but you have to pay it back eventually. So you have to keep that in mind. You know, in margin accounts, guys, they roll by PDT rule. If you're under three, I think it's 25,000. I'm not sure. I can't. I'm not specific sure what is the limit, but if you're under that amount, guys, you're gonna be under the PDT rule. And on the PDT rule, you can only trade three times for the week. 3 day trades you can only make. Okay, so if you make all 3 day trades in one day, guys, you gotta wait a whole week, right? Five business days in order for to be able to re-trade again. Okay, now if you make more than three, then you gotta have on your account more. You gotta have more than the 25,000 or at that around that limit in order to be able to trade. So if you don't have the money and and you make those 4 trades, guys, you're screwed. You're gonna have to wait till you get all that money that you need in that account in order to be able to remove the money or stuff. You're gonna get stuck. It's a problem. Okay, so you have to, it's not difficult to trade, but you have to be very knowledgeable. You have to be very careful. Also, there's also a cash account, which I use, right? I use my own cash. There's pros and cons for it as well. You can make as many trades as you want, responsibly, if you're not using your whole entire account on one trade. Okay, if you're using your whole account on one trade, then you're gonna have to wait 2 days. In some trading accounts, you could wait one day, and then you could those funds are available for to trading again. Okay, so just be aware of your trading and everything. Now let's say for an example, on a cash account you got like $1,000. You can make $25 trading you know you could make trades of $25 limit or $50 limit, whatever you think. This is just an example, guys. um and you can make those $25,000 as long as it's you're not putting all $1,000 on one trade. Then you're good. You can make as many trades as you want. You could get in, get out, get in, get out, as long as you don't waste all your $1,000 on that whole entire day. Okay, that's kind of the example of what having a cash account. Okay, you're trading basically with your own money, with your own hard-earned money. And so those are the pros and the cons. But that's pretty much for that. And then the softwares is totally on you. It's based on your own preference, to have a software that has real-time screener to find the stocks, and have a software that has charting. And you also would I would recommend you guys to have a level 2 software that most of them are built into the onto the software, the charting software. But you have to add that to the level 2. You have to add it to your account, and that's extra that you have to pay. And so that's one of the things extra that you need. Let me see. B Money, appreciate it. Thank you for coming by and showing support. Hope you're having a blessed day. Tara Tuesday. Appreciate it. Thank you for showing support. Hey guys, anybody who doesn't know B Money, guys, B Money also do stocks, guys. It's a little bit more bigger stocks. He does a lot of more fundamental analysis. So if anybody likes to trade, long term investing, for either retirement or whatever, then B Money's the guy. He does also crypto. He talks about crypto. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that he does. Really interesting guy, really good family man. And so go ahead, show support to B Money. Hit him with the follow and show support over there. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. So this is just a basic platform. I don't use it, but I'm using this just to show those that are basically that they just starting off and they don't know how to scan stocks. They don't know how to use the charting platforms. You could sign up on both of them free. You could use this one practically free without signing up. But this one, this TradingView, I would recommend you guys to sign up. It's free, and you have all these tools. Okay, you have some of them are limited, but you have all these tools free, and you can mark there, and they stay saved up there, so you don't lose anything. So there's different options you could use on this trading platform, and this one is free as well to scan the crypto. Okay, so these are very basic to use. So if you're starting your journey trading, this is pretty much what I'm showing you guys. And we couldn't talk about stocks yesterday. I wanted to wait till Tuesday, guys, to give you everything that we analyze. This right here, I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, is my documents on the right. I have my criteria, right, for pre-market and market open. I have criteria for the market close, right? I have criteria for the crypto. These are to filter the crypto. I also have a formula here to find news on the X platform or the Twitter, whatever you want to call it, right? In this case, you use the $sign, the ticker symbol, and then you press enter, and you should get information on news of the stock or whether people are talking about it. And so right here, I have a watch list that I have made since when was this? On the 10th. I had this stock watch since the 10th, so that's been like 7 days. So I've been watching this one for quite a while. It made pretty interesting moves. This one has been for 6 days, I think, since the 11th. I've been watching this one, and these are the most recent ones right here of the stocks. Okay, this is all a watch list. I keep it very simple. I add information here based on what fits the criteria, what this stock fits on the criteria. Okay, I don't add on things that are not a part of the criteria. Okay. Also, this is a crypto list, guys. This is a crypto list. I have two cryptos on watch only, and so we're gonna analyze all this step by step, guys. Okay, this is gonna be all analyzed step by step. This is just an example here on how to acquire stocks, guys, right? Let me go through this really quick. So this is just an example on how to buy a stock, right? Let's say you're buying SXTP, right? Stock price at $4.35 per share. Okay, let's say you want to acquire one share, it will cost you $4.35. Okay, let's say you have $1,000, right? And now the thought is how many shares I could buy at 435 with $1,000, right? In this case, you could own 229 shares, right? Because what you're doing, you're pretty much dividing that $1,000 by the price per share, which is 435, and it's gonna give you this amount right here, 229 shares. Okay, let's say out of that 229, you only want to buy 200 shares, right? At that price, it's gonna be a lot less than 1,000, but we use that as an example, right? And so let's say that the stock went up to $7.53 per share, right? And let's say you said, that's it, I want to go ahead and sell my shares, right? You sold your shares at 7.53. Now you want to know how much profit you made, right? And so to do that, you go ahead and take the 200 shares that you sold and you times it by the $7.53. That right there is going to give you 1,506 cents, right? And now you take this 1,506 cents and you subtract it by the $1,000 that you had before, okay? And so that right there is going to give you $506 in profit. This is just an example of, okay, on how to acquire shares and how to dispose of the shares once you're at a certain limit of a price that you feel comfortable that you want to sell the shares, okay? And so this is pretty much it. Very basic, very simple. Hopefully you guys understand, and hopefully if you guys want to know a little bit more about that, guys, you guys could go ahead and find other way more experienced traders out there, either YouTube, or you could do a quick research on Investopedia. Just write down the title, how to buy stocks. Very simple. Or I mean, even Chat GPT on the phone will tell you how to buy stocks. Very simple. There's certain softwares that it takes a little time to understand how to input shares into the system, how to buy them, how to sell them. It takes a little time for you to get it, but once you get it, it only takes a couple days, well, not even a couple days, a couple hours only. Okay. And so let's go ahead and continue. So I'm gonna explain the criteria that I use, guys, but I'm gonna explain it when I start screening the stocks, okay? Because this is gonna take a little bit of time, and I don't want to waste too much time explaining one by one, and then I have to repeat myself when I start screening, okay? So let's go ahead and go down to the stocks that we were writing down, right? On the 10, right, I said keep a watch, has most of the criteria. However, overextended price, we wanted to pull back and test off support at 152, right? We're gonna look at that right now, okay? Let's go ahead and check that up soon. So thank you guys for coming by and showing support. Don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. So we got soon to check, right? And so we had talked about this, and that was on the 10, right? And this was the 10 right here. So we talk about this thing on the 10, and we formulate, we wrote here triangle because it had a confirmation pullback, right? And that's why we put here the resistance level, right? And so on a resistance level, we would always want to see a confirmation breakout, right? Which is a green candle closing above the resistance level, and then on the entry will be the next candle, okay? This right here would have been a loss for me, right? Now some other people would have waited, for it to break out and make a triangle like this above that resistance level, and then entry on the bounce. Some people did entry right here on these two bounces. Some people would have took advantage. Not me, I wouldn't. I would have waited for it to make another confirmation pullback above the resistance level clearly, and then go ahead and capitalize on the breakout or the pullback bounce off the breakout. Okay. So my criteria was, you know, we wanted to pull back and test off support at 152, right? What was the 152? Right here at the top. Okay, because we were studying it. We did study it somewhere around this time. Okay. And so that's why we put the breakout levels right here. And so guess what happened after hours, which is a time frame that I don't trade after hours, was a good breakout right here. You got a confirmation breakout, and then you could have got in here. You could have got in here on this next candle, and this thing went up 21% on after hours. Okay. Now, after hours a little bit less risky, more risky. Okay, why is more risky? Is because there's not a lot of trading activity more than the open. Okay, a lot of market makers are not open. There's a lot less, so there's a lot less management on the shares being traded for the after hours. Okay, anybody that doesn't know, guys, what after hours is, what pre-market is, what intraday is, here I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so this blue line, as you can see, right, this is for the 10, right? This blue line that you see, this blue line is pretty much telling me is separating the day before with today, right? With the previous day with the current day. Okay, it's just separating 2 days, right? And these are trading days. Everything is a trading day. Okay, and so the market opens temporarily, right? Is opening temporarily from 4 in the morning all the way to 9:30 in the morning. Okay, this right here is called pre-market, and these colors are not here by default. Okay, you have to set it up. You could go to the settings and you can set everything up here. Just remember to put on sessions, you put extended hours. Okay, and you can set the colors of the candles, you can set the colors of the background, everything however you whatever fits you. Okay, and so right after 9:30 the market opens, right? You got you got all the market makers opening, you got a bunch of brokers opening, putting executing the market makers are the ones that are executing the orders. The brokers are putting the orders in, the pending orders. And so everything is flowing. That's why you see the volume here. All activity opens. Okay, everything is very, very fast. Everything is going at high volume. And so throughout the day, right, it starts slowing down, right? Everything starts slowing down, 11, 12, all the way to 1:30. At 2 o'clock it starts speeding up again. The volume it keeps picking up. Not as much as the open. The open will always be where it's more active, but also you got some good activity at the afternoon. In this case there was not much, but you could see it picked up at after hours. Okay, and the market closes at 4 p.m. Okay, now it doesn't close completely. Okay, it is still open temporarily because you have extended hours, right, from 4 p.m. all the way to 8 o'clock p.m. Okay, now after 8, guys, after 8 everything closes completely. Everything shuts down. There's no buying, selling, no nothing going through, no transactions being made in the market. The only thing that you could only make when the market is closed, you could put in an order. It's gonna be pending, but it's not gonna go through until 4 in the morning pre-market. Okay, and everything depends on what stock it is, because if you're in the Nasdaq, then you can make those trades. If you're on the OTC, guys, you're gonna have to wait. The order is gonna be pending, but it's not gonna go through until the market open. Okay, and so that's one way to understand the charting and everything. And so back to the document, right? Back to the document, guys. The criteria that I have, it's for pre-market and market open, most of it. Now, right now, the market is closed. It's temporary. It's temporary open, but it's closed for major market makers and everything like that. Okay. It will close at 8 o'clock p.m. If you can see in the left side where the Finviz hours is, where I'm marking, it says 7:23 right now. So at 8 o'clock, it's gonna completely close. And remember, this is Eastern time. This is not Pacific time. Okay, even though I live Pacific, I still go by the Eastern time because that's where the New York Stock Exchange is. Okay, and so let's keep on going. And so we're gonna go ahead, keep talking about this stock as Zoom, right? And I said I wanted for it to bounce off 152, right? And so that's what it did. We couldn't make no trades that day because I mean it was after hours. I don't trade after hours, so we had to wait till the next day, right? What happened the next day? Good breakout. Keep watching, waiting for it to reclaim VWAP and test high day at 242, right? And so this thing tests VWAP, it reclaimed VWAP, it went up, it break out, and it tested 142, exactly what I said. So you could have caught it right here at the breakout again, and you could have, I mean, people would have caught it right at the breakout. I would have caught it at the next candle. I would have probably got out, but I would have got back in the horse again, you know. Um, so that would have been a nice profit right there. Nice profit. Some people would have caught it at the bounce here off the support levels. Remember, all these lines here, they're not the only support level or the resistance levels uh that are counted, okay? Everything that's everything that's going up and down here, all these channels guys are part of the line, are part of the support line. Okay, all these channels here, you see these channels are part of the support level or the resistance level depending where the candle is. Okay, these channels right here are part of the resistance line. Okay, these channels as well is very close to the resistance. Okay, even though you don't see it hit the line, it is part of the resistance because you got this one that came in first. So there's a lot of pending orders here at which the buyers do not want to buy, and so the sellers take control and they push the price down. Okay, and so this thing has been consolidating for 2 days. It's been consolidating even though it had a good run here. And then guess what happened? Well, it's been consolidating for 3 days actually, 3 days. And then right here on the 17th, Tuesday, when was that? The 17th, we didn't even mark it, which is today. On Wednesday, I think this was the 13th. See, 13, Friday. On Friday, we said, what we said on Friday? Keep watch till Tuesday. Wait for a breakout at 142. Volume needs to show up, right? And so guess what happened? Volume did show up, right? It went above the average and it went above the flow, you know. And so if you don't know supply and demand, please do a little bit of research, guys. Supply and demand is very simple. The more the demand and less the supply, the price has to go up. Okay, the more the supply and less the demand, the price has to go down. Okay, to attract buyers, to attract investors, to attract, you know, more buyers. And so that's part of the game. That's part of economy. I mean, in economy class, guys, that's kind of the first thing that they're gonna show you. Okay, so what is supply and demand? Okay, and so as you can see, guys, demand show up more than the supply, and so guess what happened? The price went up. And so right here on the breakout, not sure if this would have been a great entry right here. I would have took it could have went both ways. If I would have got in here after the confirmation breakout, if the price went up, I would have got some profit. If the price automatically went down, you know, I would have been at the no zone because it went down to four. Excuse me, it went down to 4%. My limit is 5%. If it hits 5%, sometimes less than 5%, I'm out completely. I don't waste time. Okay. So you could have took advantage there. Some people would have waited for the confirmation pullback, which I see here, right? And they would have got it at the bounce. Right here, I would have took another loss here. This would have been not a great trade for me. For some of you guys, it would have been a good trade, but there's a lot of bouncing opportunities here. A lot of support, holding this price up at the market open. Okay, but then it failed. It failed to hold, and now it's below the VWAP, and it's weak. It's right now. It's still in the consolidation period levels. It's still channeling these levels. Not sure if volume is still gonna pick up to test these highs. Now that move in the morning was pretty good, but I would have failed on any of these moves. I would have failed. Okay, it's okay to fail. Okay, you live and you learn, and sometimes you have to fail in order to win. Okay, eventually. Okay, some of you guys don't understand, but in the market, guys, you got wins and you got loses. Okay, you're not gonna win all the time. Okay, what you want to control is your profit percentage. That's what you want to control. Okay, you could lose as many times as you want, right? You could lose like 10 times in the week, but if the profit percentage is way less than your positive profit, that's what you want to do. You could have 10 losses in the week and totally you lost like 3%, but out of one trade, guys, you got like 10%. That's 10% is way more than 3%. Okay, and that's kind of how you want to look at things. Okay, so don't be afraid of trading. Don't be afraid of failure, because failing is just you're learning. You're learning, and if you keep your losses very small, your percentage very small, then you should be okay. You're still alive to trade another day. And so this wouldn't be a good trade for me, but we'll keep on looking. Remember this stock, what I said. I remember what I said Friday. I said these will be the last options, guys, if there was no opportunities in the morning, right? Pre-market for these two stocks, right? If there was no opportunities for these two stocks, then we will look back at Zune and we will look at NCI for opportunities. Okay, but remember, we got 4 stocks here on watch, right? We got 4 stocks on watch, and most likely we're only gonna focus on one, guys. Okay, because just like I always tell you guys, when you're making trades, you only want to focus on one at a time. Okay, because you don't want to get involved in 4 stocks, 4 or 5 stocks, or 10 stocks at the same time, and then these stocks are moving very fast. By the time you deal with all of them, you most likely lost your opportunity on most of them. Okay, so be aware. And so this one, I think, what my opinion, I wouldn't even have time to look at this one. This was just a last option. Okay, and I would have ended up losing money on this one. Okay, so this was not good. It's still consolidating. I mean, it had a big drop here. Not sure if I'm gonna keep monitoring this thing, but the most important thing to watch here, guys, is look at this thing. In total, it went 179%, guys, in 6 days. Okay, you will have a hard time finding a huge stock, right, that everybody knows, to make this kind of percentage in a very short time. Okay, now I don't say you will make this you will make all this all the time. This will be rarely. Some people did hold all of it and was able to capitalize at the end. But some of them took profit over here at the top, over here at the top. Even those that got it down here and waited for this thing to drop and they panicked, they even got profit somewhere around here at the bounce. Okay, so there's a lot of people profit taking. There's a lot of people that even lost money. People panic here, even shorting. They panic here and they cover very quickly before that thing turned around on them and this thing went up again. you know so I mean, there's a lot of ways to make profit in the market. You just got to pick whatever works for you, and it's not bad trying everything. Okay, just do it with being responsible. Remember, at the end of the day, you're risking your own hard-earned money if you're doing what I'm doing. Okay, so be aware of that. And so if you feel like you're not gonna miss the money, then that's good. That's good, because that right there is gonna be part of your learning journey. And who knows, you might end up being alive at the end of the day with keeping the money alive. And so that's good to know. And so let's keep on going to the next stocks. Guys, I'm not gonna keep monitoring this one. We monitor this one for like a whole week, but it was good stock to monitor. And those are the opportunities you could be taking advantage, guys. Today's the 17th, and let's change the time because we want to be responsible to know when did we look at this thing. Okay, and so let's go ahead and continue. So we got NCI. And so NCI, guys, we said here, the last thing we said was keep a watch looking for it to reclaim VWAP and test high day at 366. Did it do that? It didn't do that. It didn't reclaim high right here. It didn't reclaim the VWAP. Only for a short time here at the pre-market, just a little time, and then it failed. And right now it tried to recover, but it failed again once more, off this resistance level. So this high area here, this would have been the area where it needed to get tested, but it failed. And right now it seems like it's consolidating off these highs. And as you can see, guys, look at this. This thing went from 82 cents all the way to 366, right? This thing went up 342%. Okay, and this is the type of stocks, guys, that you will take advantage, if you know what you're doing. OG Izzo live with the left effing go. I don't want to say the bad word. I don't know. YouTube is so so sensitive with everything, but I appreciate you coming by and showing support. Thank you for commenting and showing love here at the chat. Yeah, OG Izzo, I think he has also stream. Yeah, he does stream as well. So guys, go ahead, show support. He has 114 followers. Let's help him get more than that. So he has really good content, guys. So go ahead, show support over there and hit the follow and hit the likes and everything to OG_Izzo live. Okay, and so let's go back to what I was going to show you, and we hit the goal of likes, guys. Thank you very much for the likes. I appreciate it. So yeah, guys, this thing went up to 300 and something %, guys. Just like I said, I mean, this thing shows up every day. Okay, you just gotta be prepared and learn the things that you're watching here. Back test it. Okay, remember, my information, it's It's free, and it's not only free, guys. It's, you got to look at this with a grain of salt, just like at anything else. Do your own due diligence, do your research, and yeah, uh do whatever you can to learn what you're learning here, okay? And add to it, add things, you know. Eventually you're gonna make your own criteria, make your own rules, just like I did, most of what I know, I didn't learn it on, I pretty much learned it on my own, but I picked from different type of great traders out there, and I was able to make my own criteria. I was able to make my own rules, and eventually it just came in natural. It came natural out of so many. I don't know how many times I traded. I mean, I'm probably already past 20,000 trades. I'm way past that. Over 10 years of doing this, you know, I mean, it's gonna take. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy. Nothing in life is easy. All I'm saying is that if you the most important thing is starting, guys. That's the most important thing. Taking the initiative to learn something that you may see that is hard to learn. Some of you guys, I'm not gonna lie. At me, at first, it did look challenging at first to look at the charts and see what the hell I'm looking at this thing. Looking at the red, the green, the lines here and there, the what now what we know of support and resistance levels. Back in the day, I didn't know what the hell was that, you know. And so I had to learn little by little, understand volume, average volume, market cap, learn float, learn all these key terms that is very essential for you to find these stocks. Okay. And so it's not gonna come from one day to another. It's gonna take you a couple weeks. Some of you will take you a couple months. Depending. But eventually, if you keep watching at the streams or anything like that, you're gonna get it. Eventually, you're gonna remember everything that I'm saying here. Okay. And so these are the type of opportunities you could be seeing. It happens every day. And so that's the great thing. I mean, and this been happening for decades. Okay, this same move's been happening for decades. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. And so NCI is the one that we're looking at. And it didn't reclaim uh the high. This high is right here at 366. So we're gonna go ahead and remove that one, unfortunately, because we've been watching it for nearly more than a week. So let's start off fresh. And let's check Rhyme. I think Rhyme was the one in this morning that sparked up a lot of stuff. It was no, it didn't spark. It was Friday actually, because Friday I was gonna trade Friday, and I scanned at the stocks, and I was looking at Rhyme very late, and I was like, man, this thing, I'm about to take advantage on this thing. But then I refrained because I didn't feel good. I was sick still. So yeah, like if you're not okay emotionally, right, or physically, guys, you also don't want to be trading, guys, because you have to put in your mind, you have to be sharp in your mind. You have to be sharp to make these type of trades, make good trades, and make good decisions. Okay, you don't want to be all jacked up where you go ahead and put money on a stock that I mean, for a very short period, you thought it was okay to trade, and then it ends up bodying you behind. And so, gotta be very careful. This thing, yeah, it bounced off these uptrending support, downtrending support, resistance levels, and yeah, this thing went down. Yeah, this was one and done. That's what we call it, a one and done. But it had an opportunity here. I mean, this move alone, let's see how much it made. It made a 392%, guys, in one day, guys. Okay, some people did capitalize on this thing. Okay, that's why you see all this profit taking here. All this was profit taking, and short sellers taking advantage too. Okay, and you have more profit taking over here too. You see? And so, you know, you just gotta learn, gotta understand what you're doing. And so that would have been a perfect trade. I wouldn't trade this one because remember, this is after hours. Some of you do trade on after hours and make a lot of money, you know, but not me. I don't, I do what worked for me. Okay. And I stick with my plan. Okay. Some of you guys are gonna have really tough decisions to make in your journey. And if it's up to you to make a trade in after hours, that's up to you guys. Okay. I'm not the one managing your money. Yeah, I'm managing my money. So uh but this is not a taboo to trade. It's not a taboo to trade. Some people do trade in after hours, but for my personal sake, I don't trade after hours. Okay. But this was an excellent move right there. Some people would have called it at the bounce off support, off this support level here. You know, you could have took advantage of this one too. You see, this green candle overshadows more than four candles here, four red candles, and you could have got in here at this little candle. This only candle made 9%, guys. Okay, 9%. Some people out there can't even do 9% of profit. Okay, I mean, you got some other stocks out there that for the whole year, that's all they make, 9% for the whole entire year. Okay, and this little stock right here is making tremendous moves. And this is not the only stock, guys. You got plenty more stocks showing up every day doing the same moves every day, every day. You just gotta capitalize. Know how to capitalize. Know how to take advantage of this when the time shows up, and you should be fine, guys. Okay. So that will be another opportunity. So you had a couple good opportunities here, and so this was good. But for now, for continue, if you were looking for a continuation, no more. This is it. We might see a little push here tomorrow, but this thing is not gonna get up here again. 621. I'm sorry, it won't. And so we're taking that one off the list. And so remember also, when before you start scanning any stocks, I'm even gonna show you that later on. I'm gonna keep it in mind. I'm gonna keep in mind before let's do these first. We got one more to go, and then I'm gonna go ahead and jump into what I was about to tell you guys. Okay, so FIO is the next one. FIO. And so FIO failed to break out and test these highs here. Okay. Right here, I said good price, good volume, low flow, recent news, multi-week breakout, a first green day, right? Had history of running. Plan is for it to hold above VWAP and test high day at 187. It did not hold above VWAP. It continued to dip below VWAP, and now it's below VWAP. Okay. It gave back half of its gains, a little bit more than half of its gains, and we're not sure if this is gonna recover. It had a previous move a week before, or a couple weeks before, I think. Yeah, a week before, you could say. And I had marked this line here. I mean, this move right here was perfect, was awesome. Oh, thank you, babe. Oh, thank you, love. So my wife brought me some more food. So a lot of food. So I might have to take a little break. But thank you guys for hanging with me here. This thing was consolidating for 3 days and then it took off, guys. This move right here, I mean, you guys could have capitalized. This was on Friday. This thing went up 49%, guys. I mean, I know you wouldn't got the whole move. Some of you would, but you got some. If you're inexperienced, most likely when you would have saw this downtrend right here, you would have took your money, and got out. Some of you are still holding it, you know. Some of you are still holding it, and when you're holding it like that on these type of stocks, very very risky. Okay, very risky. That's why you don't want to hold stocks more than 2 days, guys, and most likely not even more than an hour or two. I say like 15-20 minutes max. Okay, so that was a good move right there, guys. Some people caught it at the bounce on this first move. Some people even had the breakout, caught it at the breakout here on pre-market, and this was a couple weeks ago, a week ago. See 10% on that move, all the way as high as 30%. Okay, so that was a pretty awesome move right there. Uh, caught it at this bounce too. I mean, not only once but twice, no, 3 times actually. I mean, you could have took advantage 3 times here, and at the breakout right here with a lot of volume. Now today it failed, no volume. Look, 2 million compared to the average, way less, and the flow had 9 million. So there was more average volume and there was more float than the demand, which is the volume. Okay, that's a no-no. Okay, so when you see something like that happening on pre-market, no good. See, when you see no activity like this, see all these candles, see no activity, no good. Okay, you want to see this. This is what you want to see. A lot of candles with pretty good bodies right here. A lot of strong bodies here, up and down, a lot of red, a lot of green. Okay, this right here is stagnant, no good. Okay, and so we have Angry Conservative 1981 with the raid. Thank you guys for the raid. Appreciate it for the raid. Welcome to the stocks talk. Remember, we're talking about stocks, crypto, very low price, guys. Cyrene Pickle with the heart. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Let me go ahead and see if I follow you. I don't know if I follow you. Let me see if I could check. So Cyrene Pickle has 67 followers. So I'm gonna go ahead and show support, hit you with the follow, even though you don't have streams here, but I'm gonna go show support because that's what we do. Okay, that's what we do in this channel. So feel free to show support, and yeah, follow Cyrene Pickle. Okay, and so yeah, we're over 5 likes. So that's pretty good. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. Thank you guys for the support and for the raid, guys. Cyrene Pickle says it's okay, I don't post content. No worries. It's always good to have followers. Who knows, maybe in the future you want to create content, some idea come by, and you already have a nice following, and then you could start off a different journey. Who knows? But it's good. Thank you for coming by and showing support. Angry Conservative says, hope you're having a good day. You too. Thank you very much. Thank you. Make sure to follow Angry Conservative 1981, guys. Hit him with the like, the share, and the follow, guys. Show support over there. You got really good content, and appreciate it. Thank you. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. So just like I said here, FIO right here, FIO didn't have a lot of activity. Guys. So that's why you see a little less volume, less than the average and less than the float. The float, remember, is the support is the supply. Okay, so when you're looking at supply and demand, the volume will be the demand and the float will be the supply. Okay, the more the demand versus the less the supply, the price has to go up, right? The more the supply, the less the demand, the price has to come down. Okay, basic 101 on supply and demand. Okay, That's it. There's a lot of people out there that would show an example on what supply and demand is. I don't have the time for it. If I had the time, I would do it. But you guys could go ahead and check on YouTube. I mean, there's Investopedia, guys. Just put supply and demand, or put supply and then check for demand. You could either, whichever you guys you feel comfortable. The most important thing is to understand firstly what is supply and demand. Okay, what is the cause of it as well. Okay, and so before I go ahead and jump in, this one is gonna be taken off the list, guys. This thing is gonna come down back to where it started off last week. So yeah, I'm gonna take this one off, and I'm gonna start with a fresh watch list, guys. So anybody coming new and doesn't know what I'm doing here, I'm focused on looking at low price, cheap stocks, guys, that you guys can invest, right? Doesn't mean that you cannot invest on expensive stocks, guys. You can, and if you don't have it, if you cannot afford it, you could do something called options. You could do that. Now, options is a 50-50 chance, guys, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, you could win big with the options, or you could lose everything. Okay, depending how much are you risking. Okay, what I'm doing here is day trading. Okay, I focus on day trade. You could do swing trades, you could do long-term trades. In the market, you could do whatever. I mean, pretty much anything. And so day trade, pretty much I only take 15-20 minutes the max. Sometimes I take less than that. It only take me seconds to execute in a trade. And I manage my risk, and I have a plan. I have a strategy that I use, to manage my risk, and optimize my goals, my profit goal. And so that's the little strategy that that I use on a daily. I mean, I've been using that for over 10 years, and it's nothing. I'm no. Just before I continue, guys, I want to let you guys know that on my description, guys, I have a disclaimer. Okay, I'm no professional whatsoever. I don't get paid extra by a company or anything like that to to trade or anything like that. I'm just a typical guy that here showing you guys how to find stocks, how to trade them. I can't tell you guys where to buy, where to sell, or what stock you should buy and what stock you should sell. That's more financial advice. Okay, and without license, that's illegal. Okay. And if anybody out there saying buy this stock, buy that stock, sell this stock, sell that stock, if they haven't gave you a disclaimer, that keep a watchful eye. Okay, because a lot of people getting sued out there for teaching other people about stocks without no licenses, and telling them to buy here, sell here, and you need license for that. Okay, you need to be a licensed financial advisor. Okay, now what we're doing here is educational purposes. Okay, we're just showing you guys how to find them, using basic criteria, using supply and demand, and so very, really simple. So let's go ahead and jump into checking the stocks and start off, guys. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoy it, and if you have any questions, feel free to hit the chat or hit the comments. Okay, so it's 17 and it's 4:57 p.m. Let me go ahead and put this food somewhere a little bit over here. And so let's go ahead and start off. And so the site that we're gonna use, guys, is we're gonna go ahead and use Finviz. Okay, and so Finviz, we're gonna press scanner, right? And on this scanner, you're gonna see here a lot of options here. Okay, you got 546 pages, right? You don't want to go ahead and check 546 pages. That's why we use a criteria, right, to filter out all these stocks. Okay. And so I like to put all here because it gives me more options to filter all the stocks that I want to watch. Okay. First thing that is on my criteria, as you can see here, I mean, it's part of my criteria is the market cap, right? And what I say here that I like to see anything under 300 million, right? And what I mean by 300 million, right here, the good thing about this web is that you could put the mouse right near the market cap and it gives you the definition, right? It gives you the definition of what market cap is, right? And you can see here it says total market value of the company's outstanding shares, right? That's pretty much what it means. Is it means it's the value, the total value of the company. Basically, very simple. Okay, guys, very simple to understand. It's what the company's worth. Okay, and so just like I said anything under 300 million is what I love to qualify the stocks that I'm watching, and it's called a micro cap. Okay, so that's what we put first, and then we have price. Right, the price has to be over $1 because I don't want to get caught on a stock that's trading under $1 and then they have a delisting notification and we don't know when that's going to get executed if the stock if the Nasdaq decides to delist them. Okay, and so $1 to 10 to $20, I'm sorry, let me fix this, $1 to 20, right? And so no more than 20 because we have spreads, right? Spreads, they're very wide, guys. If you don't understand what spreads are, um it's pretty much the distance between uh whatever is being offered on the buying side versus whatever is being offered on the sell side. Okay, the distance between those two. Now a tie split will be like, let's say $1.01, right? And on the buy side, and on the sell side, right, you have um $1.02, right? That's a very tight spread. Okay, very tight spread. Now you have some wide spreads are like, let's put for an example, $1 $1 offer on the buy side, right? And then you on the sell side you have $3 offer on the sell side. Okay, and I mean offer of shares, okay, sold at that whatever price that I've already mentioned. Okay, so those are wide spreads, and it's very complicated when you're doing market orders because once you press market order, I mean, the market maker could pick whatever price, at whatever price could execute the order that you're wanting, either on the buying side or the selling side. So you could be on the negative, even when you're thinking that you're still positive. Okay, so that's why it's very difficult to trade a little bit above $20. Okay, and so I like to keep it that range, $1 to 20. And so right here on the third column right here, you can see here relative value. Relative volume is very important to understand the demand. Okay, right here it says ratio of current volume compared to 3 months average, and it's adjusted intraday. Okay, so it only use intraday times, right? Intraday is pretty much, you got the extended hours, which is everything in yellow, right? Extended hours, and you have the intraday. Okay, the intraday is where the market opens at 9:30 all the way to 4 p.m. Okay, that is what is called intraday. Okay, and so relative volume is pretty much saying the calculate to get the ratio, you divide the current volume by the average volume of 90 days. Okay, and that will give you a ratio of the stock that you're watching, right? I like to watch anything over 5 ratio. Okay, another thing, we only want to see stocks, right? I only want to see in performance, I only want to see stocks that are moving up. Okay, or if it's not moving, it doesn't look like it's up, right? It at least for the entirety of the day compared to yesterday, the previous day that it traded, it needs to be up. And so today I put today's up, right? And then the next thing is the current volume, which is the demand, right, of the stock. The current volume pretty much says the number of shares traded today. Okay. And so I like to trade anything over a million. Why? Because it's not difficult. It will be difficult for me to get in, get out, get in, get out, under 1 million, guys. Okay. Now, over 1 million, I could get in, get out in seconds. No issues. Okay. And so that's very important. It doesn't have to be specifically 1 million. My preference will be over 10 or over 20 million shares, but over a million is kind of like a guide saying, showing, hey, you won't have a problem getting in the trade and not getting stuck in the trade. Okay. And so float is the supply of the stock. Float says here, the definition, it says the number of shares available for public trading does not include shares held by insiders, right? So you got two type of shares, right? You got the privately owned shares, right, which the CEO and all the board members own. Even the employees own shares. Those are the privately owned shares. These cannot be traded by anybody. Okay. And so you have also the shares that the company supplies to the market. Those are the freely publicly traded shares. Okay. This is called the float. Okay. That's what's at the market trading, that's available for trading for anybody to acquire those shares and trade. Okay. And so I like anything under 10 million. It's more of a low float, and it gives opportunity for stocks that have a high demand of volume to raise the price based on lower float. Okay. And so right there, you got all the criteria added on this filter, guys. And now, as you can see, guys, we don't have 500 and something pages of stocks. We only have one page, and we have 5 stocks to watch. Okay. Some of them are recognizable I've seen them, I've traded them before, like GXAI, right? GXAI, I've traded them for years. I've traded VVPR for years. OB, OB, OBAI, I'm not sure if I trade that one. I don't recognize that one too much. All these three I don't recognize, but VVPR and GXAI, they come out almost every year, just showing up. It doesn't show up every month, but at least once a year it does show up. And so we're gonna go ahead and check. The good thing about me, I like to keep everything clean and very simple. I don't like to complicate myself. Okay. All this information is just in my way. I don't care about the company name, the sectors, the industry, the country, the market cap, the P ratio. All this doesn't not gonna favor me in the short term trading. Okay. Same thing with the percentage change. As the market closes, the percentage change won't help me because it's not moving. There's no, there's nothing I could do with the percentage change. So it's not in my picture when the market is closed. Some people do trade based on sectors, but in order to trade only stocks on hot sectors, guys, you have to track it. You have to track it every day, see which are the ones that are showing up all the time, showing up every day consistently. Technology is one out of many that show up all the time. Technology, healthcare. So those are the stocks that people just like to concentrate on. People don't concentrate out of that. You know, but me, I don't care. As long as it's has good supply and demand and it fits my criteria, that's all I care for. Okay, so to input or remove anything from this list, you got to go to custom. Okay. And on custom, right, you could output the numbers, right? You can output the numbers, output the company, sector, industry, country, market cap, P ratio, and percentage change. And as you can see, guys, we have three right now at this moment, but we want to go ahead and add two more, right? Which is the relative volume, which what I mentioned before, and the float, which is the supply. Okay. And now we have five. Right now we have five. It's more simple. You can see it with your naked eyes. I mean, you can see it very clearly. You can see the ticker symbols, which you can go ahead and add them to the when you're searching for news on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Um, and we all know, based on us filtering, we all know now that the supply is less than 10 million, right? We all know that it has a relative volume over 5 ratio, right? We all know now that the volume is over 1 million, right? And also we know that the price is ranges between $1 and $20, right? So now we don't have to focus on what is what because we already have it here. The only thing we want to sort now is what the charts are telling us. Okay. And so right here, I like to sort from high to lowest, right? And we'll do that right now. And so the highest one traded today was OLB, which was had a great move today. OLB. And so let's check OLB. OLB. And so look at that move, guys. In one day, guys. In one day, this thing went from 41 cents to $1.78. That was 253%, guys. Okay, in one day. Okay, you don't find no Tesla, you don't find no Amazon, you don't find no Walmart, no Home Depot, none of these big companies making this type of percentage in one day. Okay. Okay, let me show you guys Tesla for an example. Okay, and before I show you Tesla, look at the market cap. The market cap, the value of this company is 5 million. Now let's check Tesla. Look at Tesla. Look at it. I'm not trying to shame Tesla, but I'm gonna tell you why I don't focus on these. Okay. This thing went up today 2%, 59%, 2.59%, somewhere around there. Okay, today. And you could I mean, you could look for a much better move, and it most likely is not even gonna go above 10%. Okay, throughout the whole year, guys. Throughout the whole year, let me compare. Throughout the whole year, 2025. Here, mark again. Somewhere around there. To January, somewhere around there. So it went 17%, guys. It went down, right? It lost percentage, and then it went back up. In total, guys, throughout the whole year, it went up 17%. That's the best that this stock could do in a year. Sometimes it does way better than that. Sometimes, it had a good year, and it only looks up, and it only, it probably total 40%. I mean, I'm even giving it extra, but 17% is not bad in a year, guys. But you got opportunities like like what I just showed you, 250%. And 17%, I could do that in 3 days, guys, or 2 days max. I could do 17% in 2 days day trading. Okay, look at the market cap, 1 trillion compared to the 5 million. It's way more huge, guys. Now I'm not saying to not trade these. Like, you could trade them. They're very healthy, long term trading. awesome. But guys, if you're trying to make it, I mean, my motto is like, I've said this like a million times already, but my motto is like the guy on the commercial that says, "I need money now." That's me right there. I need my money now. Yeah, call, cause I need my money now. That guy. I'm that guy. Okay. If I could get in a very short period of time a decent amount of money, right, to either get for either vacation, to either get real estate or whatever you want to, whatever you could think of, then this right here, you got opportunities, but you have to learn. This doesn't come in one day, guys. It takes time, it takes practice, and you could capitalize, but I mean, you gotta be willing to learn. This is not gonna happen in one day. Okay. And so these are the opportunities, guys. And let's go ahead and continue with OLB and show you guys why this thing is moving like this. Okay. So based on my criteria, we was able to find that, right? All these, I gave you definitions on all the criteria that I have. The only ones that I haven't give you are the questions on why this thing is moving. Okay. Why this thing move this high? Okay. That's the question. And so we want to go ahead and check the news. That's the main reason why this thing is moving. Okay. So this thing said 11 hours ago, it said announces global partnership with PayPal to enhance secure payment gateway platform, accelerate digital payments for small and whatever, right? So the headline is very important to learn. You don't have to go in and see the whole article. There's no need for that. The headline just gave me the information. They have a partnership with PayPal. It, PayPal at one point was owned by Elon Musk, okay, which is a billionaire, okay. Guys, very important news, very outstanding news for this company to partnership with PayPal. Now, this type of news is not for you to go ahead and say, "Oh wow, incredible. Let me go ahead and put money at this and just let it ride and to the moon or whatever." Right? This is not for that type of investment. Okay? This is very short term, right? In this case, let me give you an example. Let's say guys, you're looking at this stock like this, right? You're looking at this stock like this, and that news show up, right? It show up on your scanner. You just woke up and you seen this stock did this kind of move, right? Now, if this stock fits my criteria, which it did, that's why it show up on my scanners. Now the next thing is to go ahead and plan a strategy, right? The first thing I want to do is set my levels of resistance or support levels, right? Mostly resistance, right? And the only way I will add a resistance, right? First of all, I want to see a confirmation pullback. And I qualify a confirmation pullback looking at multiple red candles together, right? More than two will be perfect. Two will qualify, but more than two would be awesome, right? And so here we got a lot of red candles here coming down. And any of these candles, right, will qualify if it was higher than the previous ones and compared to at least a day or two. Okay, so this candle right here, this red candle, is the highest point out of all this entire pre-market and previous day. Okay, so that will be my resistance. And so my plan will be for my strategy, right, for to get in on a breakout, right, or wait for it to pull back after the breakout and bounce off the support, which this resistance is going to become a support once the price breaks above that level. Okay, and so that's the strategy we're looking for. So as long as we keep going up, right, we could see right here, guys, we could see the confirmation breakout right here. There we go. And right here on this candle, or the next one you could have got in, right? And this candle alone went 2%, not bad for today, but it went as high as 16%, guys. Nearly the same percentage that the Tesla was going on the whole entire year, guys. So this is the type of power you could be getting right here, right? And so let's say, right? Let's say you missed the whole opportunity, right? Let's say you're right here, guys. You're right here at this point. You're like, oh shit, I just missed the whole move, right? No problem, guys. What did I say before? I would wait for a breakout off the resistance level, or I would wait for a pullback bounce off the support level. This was the resistance. Once it got broken, it became support. Now we're waiting for a support bounce off this level. Okay. And so right here, you could have took opportunity here off this candle. Most of the time I like when the green candle, it's overshadowing the body of the red candle. But some people could have got it right on the next candle right here. And this thing went up to 6%, as high as 6% actually. Yeah, you could have started off to 7% max pretty much on this move. So 6%, that's not bad. In one day, guys, if you would have took these two trades together, right, you could have got these two trades. That's about 22%, guys, that you did in one day, guys. In one day. That after this trade, if it was me, I would have been done. That's it. I'm done. I'm heading home. That's it. 22% in one day. Perfect, right? But no, guys, some people are some people are a little bit more greedy, right? And so they could have gotten not only on that breakout, they could have gotten on this bounce, they could have gotten on this other bounce right here. Look at this candle overshadowing this red candle. You could have gotten right here. Look, it went up to 15%, guys, on this move. You miss all these moves. No problem. If it keeps bouncing off of it and making a good move, you take advantage of it. Okay? Look, another move right here. This thing, 4%. 4% is not bad either. Okay? It made another move here. Another great move. And this right here, this high part, this is another resistance level, right? Because it has a confirmation pullback right here. Okay? You could have gotten another bounce right here. Look, it's over. This red green candle is overshadowing this red candle off the bounce. You could have got in right here. Look, it went as high as 14%. Now, if you add all these percentages, guys, as the stock is going up, guys, look all the bank you could have been making on this short term, guys. Short term. Why short term? Look at this. On this move, this 16% move, 5 minutes, guys, to make that trade. 5 minutes. This one right here, this 6%, it was even 5 in between the 5-minute line. Okay. This other move right here took you 10 minutes to make, right? This one right here is 5 minutes. This one right here in the same candle of 5 minutes, that's between 1 to 5 minutes. You could have made this trade. So, guys, there's no excuse, to take advantage. Okay. These are the type of opportunities. Now, they're not long-term moves. They're very short-term. And once you take your advantage and make your goal, you're out of there. You don't keep trading it. You don't keep hoping that it's going to keep going higher. It did went high, very high today, but we're not expecting to hold for long-term, guys. This is very short-term. We know all these stocks are going to fail eventually. You can see here at the daily, guys, at the daily, look at all this down spiral move, guys. Bad stock overall. Okay, these are not stocks to go over like long term, for a couple years. These are very short term. Okay, 1 or 2 days. That's it. This thing had a couple splits. Okay, 1 to 10 splits. It had a bad earnings behind it. Not good. So you don't want to do this for long term. This is only you want to take advantage of this for short term. Okay. This, I don't see any continuation because, first of all, I mean, it had a strong end here, but in after hours, it just went down completely. It crashed off. You know, it got below the VWAP line, and it even went below the support levels here. It break down the support levels. I don't see no continuation. It's gonna be very hard for it to break out and get to these levels here. This is the high day, right? We call it the high day, and so no good, no good for continuation. Okay, but it had a good news, and it was only for short term. You know, you could if you wanted, you could only done breakouts. You got a breakout right here. You could have took it right at the breakout. You know, had good move here. You know, these are the opportunities that you could take advantage. And look at the volume, guys, compared to the all these days, guys. See, you want to see unusual volume that this stock never seen before. Okay, this thing had 475 million volume compared to the average. What was the average? 16 million. Okay, had way more than the average and had way more than the float. Okay, more supply, outstanding supply versus outstanding demand versus very low supply. You get these moves. Okay, this has already been tested already. It's already been tested. Okay, you can see this happens in business as well, guys. If you have a shoe store or whatever, and you're trying to, uh, trade with other people who are trying to sell their shoes or whatever, you're gonna see the same thing: supply and demand. If you have a lot of people selling the same shoe at the same price, it's just or much higher price, and there's not a lot of supply, then you're gonna have trouble trying to increase the decrease the price, or increase the price depending on the supply and demand. So be aware, guys. Be aware of what you're looking at. If you're looking at stocks, guys, the volume is the demand and the flow is the supply. Okay, the more the demand than the supply, the price has to go up. It has to shoot up. Okay, and with this money right here that the company that this company got out of this price, out of this value right here, right? They could take this money and make more product, employ more employees, build more locations, or they can even buy back their shares that they have freely to trade out there in the public. Okay, the company could do a lot more things, guys. Okay, and this thing is only, the market cap is only worth, like, the company is only worth $5 million. Okay, it's not worth much, and so it made a incredible move, guys. And so this is very, very nice, very good to do, to learn, period. But for continuation, no good. Okay, and so we're not gonna add that to the list of our criteria. We're gonna go ahead. Anybody who's watching, guys, appreciate you guys coming by. I see 15 viewers, so appreciate it, guys. If you're new, right, and you don't know what you're watching, this is stocks, right? We're talking about stocks. Soon, very soon, we're gonna talk about crypto, guys. Hopefully, you guys stick around. And guys, we're talking about very low price stocks that you go forward. You could take advantage if you know what you do. If you know what you're doing, guys, you could take advantage of this and make good profits. For short term, very short term. This is no long term trading. Okay, be aware, and hopefully you guys continue to enjoy the stream. We're almost done with checking the stocks because we only got let me go ahead and check. We only got like 4 more to go, and probably this last one won't even qualify because there's way less demand than the supply. Look, there's 9 million float, which is the supply, versus 3 million volume, which is the demand. Not much, and so yeah, this thing is not gonna that's why this thing fell short today. Look, it went up from $2.10 ish all the way to nearly $3, and then it just gave back all of its gains. And so that right there, it looks clean on the daily, but we might see a mess on the 5 minute. Let me show you really quick what I'm talking about. So pre-market, if you would have woke up pre-market, you would have not be interested in watching this one right here. Okay, it only became interesting a little bit at the open, but I mean, you could have took advantage of this one. Not lying, right here, that would be the confirmation pullback. This would be the short-term resistance, and you could have took advantage of this really short move right here, 3%. It didn't went much. Some people would have got it at this candle, but it's a little bit risky. Okay, right here, 3%, not bad. It went as high as 9%. Okay, but you had to be tolerant when this candle went low. Okay, some people trade differently. It's everything. This is based on my personal preference. Everybody has a different preference. Now the rest of the day, guys, this thing failed. No, not much value. Okay, we don't want to be stuck. We don't want to be stuck on this activity here. Okay, very hard to sell shares, and if the stock is going against you, then you're gonna be in trouble, a lot of trouble. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're safe and the stock is over 1 million at least trading. Okay, and so let's continue, but I won't watch this one. VPPR is too low. I don't like it too low like that. So OLB, we're not gonna look at it because it gave back those shares at after hours. We're gonna check GXAI, right? GXAI. And GXAI, I mean, it had a good move pre-market. I mean, I wouldn't trade it because I don't see no confirmation pullbacks here off this breakout. I mean, I had put some lines here before, a couple weeks before, you see on this move. And once I mean, this is the back end of the move. That's why you see that little spike, and it couldn't break these overhead resistance levels. Okay, it couldn't break these overhead resistance levels, so it tried to test it, but then it failed. Sellers just took whoever was all this right here, all this down trend right here. This is profit takers, right? Profit takers that bought right below here, and they taking profit at up here, right? Some of them took profit right here. And also you have short sellers right here pushing the price down, and they're willing to cover either short term, 1 or 2 days, because every day they have to pay. They're gonna have to pay. The more days they let go by, they're gonna have to pay a fee, okay, to keep holding those shares of this stock. Okay, and so the people right here at this bounce, right, these are people that covered off the short that they did. They covered, and now they're profit taking right here. And those who bought right here at up here, and they were holding for long term, these are the bag holders. They call it the bag holders. Okay, they were taking profit here as well, because they just, even though they're gonna take a loss, they don't want to take it way more than what they were at this point. So that's why you see this bounce right here, and this profit taking as well. So yeah, this is no good long term, guys. That's why you don't want to focus on long term. This is only short term. Me, I wouldn't take advantage of this one. Some people did took advantage of this one, but I don't see no continuation off this one right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. So let's see the other one, PLYX. Let's see what it made. I mean, we can't see clearly what happened here, but we see some big move here. Let's see, PLYX. YX. And so as you can see, guys, it shows here a lot of volume, but I mean, I don't see no activity here. no good. You don't want to see this. Okay, compared to the float, I mean, it has way more float, but I mean, this look like crap right now. Just to be honest, I mean, this is junk right here. No activity, no nothing. I mean, it had a lot of gaps. Probably there was a lot of yeah, this thing no good. No good. Let's do not ever try to trade something like this ever. Let's check the other one really quick. OBAI. I don't think we have stocks today. OBAI. OBAI. Okay. Okay, so we got a confirmation pullback on pre-market right here, right? And this is the highest level right here. And let's say you wake up somewhere around here and there's a pretty decent amount of shares traded, right? 1 million, 2 million, whatever. Then you could have, you could have put the resistance line up here and you have a confirmation breakout right here on this candle, this green candle. And this is pre-market. You could have got in here. I mean, this thing went up all the way to on these two candles, which is 10 minutes, guys. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay. 134% on 2 moves here. Okay. People who took advantage of this made bank. Okay. That was an excellent move at the open. Okay. Some people took it here at the bounce. Why? Because you got a bunch of support right here. You see these channels right here, support levels holding the price up. So some people could have took advantage right here on these candles or somewhere these candles. I mean, not bad. 18%, and it went as high as 26%. That's not bad either. Okay, so pretty interesting moves, pretty good moves here that you could be taking advantage of. Now, short, like for a continuation, guys, never. This thing, it needed for me to be interested for a continuation, right? For the next day, this thing had to be above the VWAP, right? And it had to be near the highs here, near breaking highs. This thing went opposite. It's too wide, too wide and below the support level as well. Okay, so no for continuation. And yeah, I guess we don't have stocks, but I mean, this would have show up early in the morning. You could have took advantage of this early in the morning, pre-market and market open. So, what we're showing right now is what could have happened if you would have woke up pre-market and market open, right? And what can happen if you're trying to trade on, swing trades, or you want to prepare today for tomorrow, right? And so right now, these stocks that we have listed are not ready for to bounce on for tomorrow. Okay, they're not ready for a continuation. VVPR has been running for 2 days, and we already look at this one. I'm not sure if it's gonna. I mean, it closed pretty strong compared to. I mean, it's consolidating off the highs. I mean, but it's lacking volume. I want to see more volume. Okay. We'll add VVPR for the reasons of analysis only, just to check what it's gonna do, if it's gonna pick up volume tomorrow. Want it to pick up volume tomorrow. It's consolidating off the highs. Usually this is not my type of writing when I'm doing my watch list. I'm normally writing what fits on this what criteria fits on this stock. Okay, this thing has good price, right? So I write here for an example, good price, right? Volume not very low. I'm gonna put low volume, okay, because that's what it has. It has low volume. Shares float, low float. Right, the next thing I want to check is why this thing had moved. Right, this thing 4 days ago, it said it secured 30 million pipe $30 million dollar pipe at $6 conversion price to accelerate serving AI data center platform. That's pretty good news. Pretty good news. So has news, right? Has news, has recent news, right? And the next thing is to check if it had had history of running, which it did. I mean, you can see all these spikes, all these days, weeks that it had ran. I mean, it has history of running, guys, and it shows up all the time. That's why you see this thing. I mean, you can see this consistency a lot, since 2023. I mean, over here had a really good move. Now this is not real, guys. This thing didn't went to 243%, guys. Okay, why? It had a recent split. Okay, that's why you see these numbers crazy. Okay, and so this thing, I mean, I marked the line here. Not sure if it's gonna bounce off of it. It might turn around eventually. So that's kind of what we're waiting for a bounce off this support levels. And if it doesn't bounce, if it bounces off of any of these this will be the support level and this will be the resistance level, then we'll be focused on that one too. Let's mark a higher day. That will be the higher day right there at 287. And so has history of running. And then the plan would be for it to pull back, bounce off 251 support. Okay, and so that's how we write a watch list. This one is usually just to watch. I want it for it to pick up volume. It doesn't pick up volume tomorrow, then we're not gonna follow up with this one. Okay, and so that's pretty much for the stocks, guys. I mean, all we got now is the crypto, and we're gonna go ahead and analyze the crypto. Let's go ahead and see if the stream is still working properly. Thank you guys for watching. Let me see if I could do a quick ad read really quick. Bear with me, guys. This is for not only me but to keep Rumble open, and running, because based on ads also Rumble gets their revenue as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and support Rumble. So let's see. Okay, let's go back to the screen. Number 5. Rumble Premium. Okay. See if that works. Bear with me for a second, guys. Okay, dokie. They can cancel your account, freeze your cards, decide what you're allowed to buy, say or support big banks and financial institutions. Have total control and they use it. That's why financial independence matters more now than ever. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a build for real freedom, a wallet built for real freedom. With Rumble Wallet, you can control your money, not a bank, not a government, not a tech company. Buy digital assets like Tether, gold, and Bitcoin in one secure place. No permission, no middleman, no cancel button. And when you want to support the creators you actually believe in, you can use the Rumble Wallet app to directly tip content creators securely, instantly, and without interference. This isn't a credit line they can shut off. it's your wallet permanently. Yours to protect your future, yours to protect your family. When the system fails, when the institution turns on their own people, financial sovereignty is the difference between security and vulnerability. Okay, go ahead, make sure to, did I say it right? Hopefully that works for you guys. Rumble Wallet isn't about politics. I messed this thing up so bad. About politics, it's about freedom, ownership, and protecting what's yours. So take control today. Download Rumble Wallet now and step away from the big banks for good. True ownership, true protection, true financial freedom. Go ahead, scan the QR code if you guys want, and support those that you feel comfortable supporting. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So that was pretty much it. Let's go ahead and continue so we could finish off the stream. I have food that is getting colder, so hopefully it's not cold. Hopefully it's not cold, guys. And so let's go ahead and continue. So take USD is one of them. And we're gonna go ahead and check right now. But you know what? Before we go ahead and check, this is very key before you check any stocks, guys. Before we jump into crypto, always don't forget to make sure to check the overall trend of the market. Okay, very good to know where the market is at, where the economy is at. If the economy is in distress, right now is consolidating off the highs, guys. It's not in distress yet. Something like this, right? Like this down pullback. This little pullback right here, this short term pullback. That's pretty much means that is the market is in distress. Okay. See all these pullbacks right here. These are when markets are in distress, guys. That's when small little stocks that I already show you take advantage. Okay, you will see more one or two stocks making good moves. Okay, right now I had two green days, very small green days, but it's still consolidating off the highs. So not much to see. And let's check BTC really quick. Bitcoin. And so right here, guys, I haven't removed anything. Everything that I marked here was with anticipation. Just like I said, this thing has to come down and it has to test at least the support levels here or the previous support levels at these high prices here. It's gonna take a little bit of months for it to complete the move. What we want to see, guys, we want to see this thing bounce off the support, test the resistance, the previous resistance here, and then bounce once more for a second contact before it takes off. Sometimes they bounce once and they never look back. But as you can see in the past, once it went down, it bounced not only once, it bounced twice, and then it went away. It just took off. Okay. So that's what we want to see at the pullback. And so hopefully that works. Hopefully it works. So this is when the market is in distress for the crypto. Okay. And so let's go to cryptocurrency. Before we go there, we're gonna go ahead and check these two before anything. Take USD crypto right here. There we go. And let's check the 5 minute. And as you can see, guys, this thing it failed for the last 3 days. It broke off these uptrending support levels. It bounced. This was Saturday, guys. So Saturdays you could have took advantage of the bounce. It didn't bounce only once, it bounced twice. Okay. So you could have took advantage of this candle right here. It went as high as 12%. And you could have took advantage of this one right here. It went as high as 10%. Okay. and it continued to bounce and use this uptrending support as a bouncing point. Okay, you could even took advantage of these levels too, as high as 4% and as high as 9%. Okay, on this one wouldn't be a great choice because look at this red candle right here. It overshadowed all these candles together. Okay, this was kind of like a warning saying this is about to turn around and drop. So, and yeah, showed weakness at the end. You see all these little channels right here? Yeah, this is weakness right here. Okay. And as you can see, this thing went down, continued to go down. It failed. It failed to hold and continue. So yeah, this one is gonna be taken off the list. I mean, it did great for the long run right here for these last 4 days, guys. This thing went all the way at least let's see the high here. There we go. Okay. This thing went as high as 232%, guys. We're talking about crypto, guys. Okay? Using the same concepts. Okay? I don't on my criteria when I'm doing my watch list, guys, I don't add all the stuff that I normally add when I'm doing the stocks. And it's because it's a little bit more time consuming, okay? Especially when you're putting the orders to acquire these crypto. It's a little bit more time consuming, so you have to do your due diligence to be better at what you're doing here to take advantage of these moves, okay? But everything is the same, practically the same, okay? And so, yeah, this thing for continuation, no good, no good. This one is gonna be taken off the list, but it had a great bouncing move that you could have took advantage of. I think that was. Did I miss something up here? No. Okay. Yes. Let's take that one off and check CTX USD. And as you can see, guys, this thing for 3 days, I mean, it tried to test the highs again, but it failed. This thing, it was a one and done. It bounced one, it went off one, and then it just went back down in the next day. So no good. No, it say looking for a bounce off support levels, test high day, much volume, not much volume. We want volume to pick up. Yeah. So yeah, no good. I mean, the volume very low, 400,000, 409,000. So no good, guys. Lack volume. So that one is taken off. And now we have to scan crypto. Okay. Now we got the interesting part. So we're using three criterias, right, to scan crypto. And so we're gonna go ahead and use the filter right here to scan the crypto. And now, one of them is market cap, right? We want to check very low market caps because it's way more easy for these low value stocks to triple, quadruple its value in a short period of time. If you're using supply and demand, just like I said. And so market cap, anything 1 million to 10 million, that will be my preference for crypto, not for stocks. Okay. Also, I want to see percentage change from 10% more. I don't want to see no less than 10% more and no more than 500%. Okay. And volume is the demand. We want to make sure that, we could easily get in and get out. We want to see liquidity. So volume, we want to see 1 million, no more than 100 million. Okay. And we input that, we press play, and now we don't have a bunch of pages worth of crypto. We have only one page and we have 10 cryptos here. Okay. We're not going to look at all of them. Okay. Most of them don't even qualify, as you can see here in the volume. I mean, probably the only ones we could check right now are these two right here that are 5 million volume, and probably this other one too, port 3. Okay, because these are don't have a lot of volume left. Okay, so let's check Pirate Nation. And as you can see here, it shows clearly the moves here. Now I don't like too much channeling here, where it shows like we're in a video game. It's too much channeling here, but you could have took advantage here. I mean, you got a confirmation pullback here. This would be a breakout level here, and on this little move right here, as you can see, I mean, you could have took advantage. This thing went as high as 33%, guys. You have to be a little bit tolerant there. But let's say you take one. Let's say you're like me, right? Where I go ahead and cut the loss very quick, and I'm marking this other trend here of resistance. Let's say I take the loss there at that red candle, and now I'm waiting for another breakout confirmation. Right, this will be the breakout confirmation. No problem. I could have gotten here on this other candle, and I still had the possibility to make 25%. Okay. Let's say you missed the opportunity. No problem, guys. I mean, you could have gotten either on this bounce, right? Very risky, because look at this red candle. Okay, it's overshadowing all these candles here. And this right here, this green candle is too high from the bounce point. Okay, you want to grab it somewhere around here near. Okay. So you could have gotten a little profit here on this little one, very little candle here. It went up to 4%, as high as 12%. Okay. So those are the opportunities there. I mean, you could have caught it at the breakout or at the bounce. Okay. This thing, it seems like it wants to continue. So we're gonna go ahead and mark a resistance line and add it to our watch list. Okay. Because it's above these channels here, and it's near the highs. Okay. So we want to see, I mean, I would love for it to have way more volume than the average. This is not good news, and you have the supply way higher than the volume as well. So this is already failing my criteria. I don't even know if I should add it. But based on the pattern and the price action that I'm watching here, it seems like it could have a possibility for continuation, but the volume has to pick up. So I'm gonna add it for just for educational purposes, just for practice, for you guys to look at this, not for practice, for analysis. Okay. Had great move today. Could have taken advantage of breakout and bounce off support level. Lacks volume. Okay. Lacks um want volume to be higher than supply. Okay. So this stock right here, this crypto is not qualified. But we're gonna look at the reason, not the reason, the results of the next day, which is this day right here. Okay, we're gonna see the results. Does not qualify. Look at the supply, the circulating supply. Okay, 535 million compared to the volume, 14 million. Okay, we want to see more demand than the supply. Okay, So yeah, this thing not qualified, and the market cap is 3 million, which is very low. That's why you have these uh huge moves like this too, because the market cap is very low too. But let's check kin one more, guys. One more so we could be done. Kin. Not good. Kin Labs. And also, one more thing that you guys should notice, right? When you're checking coin market cap, you guys want to check markets, okay? This panel right here, because you want to see what panel has the most liquidity here, okay? Which one is being traded the most? We could see here there's two big ones here. Okay, one is at 36% and one is at 38%. Bybit is the one that has been traded the most. So if we go ahead, let's go to Pirate again. Pirate, right? And we want to check bid. Uh, let's add what it has on the side. USDT. Okay, USDT. And Bybit is at the top. So this is the one that we really have to pay attention. Okay, now we can see a little bit more clear. We see a continuation here. It has possibility for continuation. I mean, you could have took advantage. That's why you gotta learn how to pick the right one, guys. You don't try not to make mistakes like I did. Okay. Um, you could have got it here at this breakout point, right? This breakout point. I mean, it went 36%, and it has struggled here to break out off these resistance levels, and it broke out once more here. I mean, you could have took 25% off this move. And right here, you could have took another move here on this candle. I mean, for another 20%, but it's a little bit risky because, I mean, this red candle was a little bit bigger than the smaller candle, so not good, but you could have took advantage of these two other moves here. Okay. So we're seeing a continuation. We might see a stop it. You making me laugh. My wife making jokes on me. Ay, ay, ay. And so this will be the high right here, right? We want to mark at least the highest of the previous level. This thing might continue breaking out, but you could do that just to get guidance. You won't make decisions based on this line. You just want to know where the price is gonna turn around eventually. So if it's gonna bounce off these levels, you might see something. You might see it drop a little bit more than what it is at this point. Okay. Uh, the Rumblebot says, "Thanks for the follow, Dakota TP. Thank you, appreciate it very much for the follow. I didn't notice that. I should have read the Rumblebot when I had the chance. So I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't know if you here still, but I appreciate you coming by and showing support. Let me see if I can follow you really quick. Thank you for the follow, Dakota Tap. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I can search really quick. Dakota Tap. So let me see if I could Dakota Tap. Oh, okay. It seems like you don't have any followers, but I'll follow you. No problem. I'll follow you. Just showing support. Appreciate it for the follow. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. Appreciate the support. And let's see, where do we start again? Wait a minute. What did I do here? Okay, there we go. Found it. And so yeah, guys, don't forget if you're looking at crypto, guys, if especially coin market cap, guys, that website, make sure if you're looking at a stock, make sure to go to markets, guys, and see which one is being traded, what exchange is being traded the most. Okay. You don't want to get caught on an exchange that is not trading often, and then you go ahead and by mistake, you go ahead and buy coins there, right? And then you don't have nobody that will buy it off of you when you want to sell it. Okay, so be aware, be careful how you managing it, and yeah, these two are the ones that are trading the most. And this one right here, buy bit, is the one that's really nice. Looks The chart looks very very nice. Okay, so it looks like it can do more continuation, but we'll have to see because it might bounce off these support levels here. Okay, so that's one thing to watch. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. So pirate is one that we already added, higher than supply. Okay, and so let's go to the next one, which is kin. And is the next one. Let's see which one is the most traded. So this had a previous big move here on the. This was today actually. Big move. Wow, excellent move. Okay, let's go ahead and check the markets and see which one is being traded the most. So this one right here, 3 million, 56%. USDT kin. Okay, so we're gonna mark it like that. Hopefully we can find it. Kin. Nope. So let's put in USDT. Interesting. USDT slash kin. And Pancake Swap is the exchange. So it seems like we're not. Oh, wait a minute. I think we found it, or we didn't. Kindred Labs. Hmm. So I think it's not available here on this site. You have to be careful also which ones do you trade. You have to first of all check the company, who are the owners, if they have a website, a legitimate website. I mean, check verify if they're legit, because some of these cryptos are scams, so you have to be careful what you're trading. Okay, trade at legitimate exchanges as well. Okay, so this one I can't find it, so yeah, this one is gonna have to be put off the list. This one is a good one too. By Binance, can USDT Binance, USDT and Binance is the one that's nope. Kindred Labs. Nah, we don't wanna trade nothing that's not trading a lot often compared to these type of volume. This had a 936 liquidity. Wow. I don't know why this is not showing. This pair is not showing. on this thing right here. Interesting. But let's go ahead and move to the next one because I don't want to spend too much time trying to find it. The next one I'm gonna do, and this is the last one, guys, because I don't want my food to get cold. I appreciate every single one of you guys for coming by and showing support. Um, oh, now we see a lot of movement now. Port 3 is the next one, and let's see who is trading the most. Port 3. So Port 3 markets here 3 million. L Bank. I have no clue who these people are. L Bank. USDT. They don't even show here. L Bank. Very, very suspect. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna find anything right now. Where's the 2 million, 5 million, 4 million? Yeah, there's nothing that is sparking my interest. A lot of stuff here are not sparking my interest right now. Hernandez 2787. Gracias, papi, por aparecerte por acá. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, Hernandez 2787 is also a big streamer, really good content creator, guys. Go ahead, show support to him. ¿Cuándo te vas a conectar? ¿Vas a conectar hoy? I'm talking to Hernandez, checking if he's gonna connect today to see if I could send you guys over there. Show support to Hernandez. I have been on. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Let's send all of them to you. Show support. I gotta eat my food. Hopefully my food is not cold. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Let's see if it works. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, guys. Anybody who doesn't know Hernandez, he's a good friend of mine. Go ahead, show support. He has a lot of good content there. So hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. Don't forget to show support over there. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I also have a pretty big news. Hopefully it's not negative. Hopefully it doesn't turn out to be negative. There's a lot of career changes that's happening, a lot of things for my family and everything. So hopefully that doesn't affect me from streaming. So, but I would appreciate you guys following my journey here. And yeah, I could, whatever help that I could give you guys or give the community help, I'm gonna be there. And so if anybody has questions also on stocks and crypto, don't forget to let me know so I could, help you guys on your journey. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.